we are meeting today because we want to discuss the idea of immersive trainings and how we cooperate at Know It Broker with Craftguide,
Right.
what we can do together for our clients. I wanted to start the subject with something that is at core of our values and our philosophy, which is immersive trainings.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it is also very close to your philosophy of working. So you are delivering a solution that is very essential for process-driven and industry-driven companies.
That's indeed the case. So Craftguide, in some short words, is a solution which provides a step-by-step virtual guidance to complete tasks and enabling people to follow process.
Tutorials that you are delivering are not just trainings. What is so different from what you are doing and what we are doing in the training room or online?
Oh, it's not different, but it's following different purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So Craftguide, as the name says, is an idea to give a digital support and a step-by-step guidance in 42 languages. And finally, to do this or to realize this in an immersive environment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we are delivering actually the solution that helps companies organize some tutorials and instructive guidance in the processes. Is that correct?
That's correct. And yeah, we very depend on a visualization of processes and just dealing with processes by using digital support. And I think the most important thing is in the same moment building up a digital knowledge database.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what we want to reach out is accessibility of informations for everyone, for all stakeholders involved in this process.
You said that you are also delivering like database repository. So it's much more than tutorials.
Exactly. I think the biggest challenge nowadays worldwide is demographic development. So a lot of knowledge is leaving the enterprises and it's not anymore accessible. That's the reason why we thought about how we can save and digitalize this knowledge in order to make it accessible to everyone who is involved in process management and to help really to find a very clear understanding of the process itself.
Mm-hmm. And I remember we were talking about some values for the company. It's visualization, they can use it for training, and what is most important is that the knowledge doesn't leave the company, that it stays in form of ready-to-use trainings in a digital format.
Yeah, absolutely. When I take a look back to my professional career, we were always talking and discussing about these demographic development and the consequences out of that. And pretty much, or well, will remind on software which were implemented in several companies in order to catch up, to capture this knowledge in a software where you have to put manually share your knowledge. This is not something which is working with human beings. So that's more robotic or let me say desperate trial. What we are looking for is to do it on a playable way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So we use visualization,
Mm-hmm.
very easy visualization. So what we do is really bring the full focus on the process itself. We take the experts in an industrial area and let them explain what they are actually doing and what is the key factor to come to 100% compliance and success. And this is in the same moment, again, stored in our database then and accessible in the next second for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And can you name some use cases? Because we were talking about using it for training purpose. You also told about some use cases in marketing and actually for commercial use for the companies.
Yeah, from the original idea, we were very much positioned in the industry areas, of course. But meanwhile, we have a cross-industry approach because, yeah, it's about the process itself and the 100% compliance for the process itself. So use cases are security, for example. What is the absolute goal and success of a good security service? It's 100% compliance on prescribed processes and to repeat them always again and again in 100% same way, and not in a I do it in my way. Mm-hmm. Yeah? This is quite normal with human beings because they learn the process, and I saw in some logistic areas that when you put people in front of a camera and say, could you show me this process, exactly how you have trained it, then you will see divergent various scenarios. And this is something also making people aware that they have again and again to train on this. So the visualization, therefore, is very much key in this respect. Secondly, is also what I mentioned already, dealing with the process itself. Mm-hmm. So we speak a lot about process. Yeah, we write them down, we map them on paper, but nobody is thinking about validation and optimization. Mm-hmm. And one of the key targets of our solution is create benefit and create value for the companies, meaning checking out whether there are optimizations or potentials available, and then again with a head-mounted camera, or let me say even with a short idea, to optimize the process. So mm-hmm. you can do it easily with our camera, and especially in the automotive, everyone knows the engineer who is working 20 years in an automotive factory. He knows exactly how to do the process in order to reach the shortest time, but this is not compliant with the original process. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing, but we want to get the best in order to save again for a good purpose, to bring that in our database in order to make it accessible again for the whole enterprise. And so we come to an overall optimization and more product efficiency.
We were talking about the process optimization, but it's not the all value added that Craftguide solution gives.
Oh, there are a lot of benefits. Mm-hmm. Maybe let's start with the training. I'm really a fan that we come away from the classical front class training and using immersive training. Mm-hmm. Why? Because it allows the training more interactive execution, and people have approved better knowledge retainment. Because what happens, this is people look on the immersive activities, and the trainee itself is under the nozzles, so the glasses, and he is fully focused on his digital twin.
So Christian, we were talking about the possibility of process optimization for the clients when they use immersive solution of Craftguide. But what is another value added that the customers experience during this using of your solution?
Yeah, that's a lot of other points. Maybe we start with the training. So what we really focus to is to bring trainees and people in a, how we call it, immersive experience. That means, from our experience, 85% of our clients, they know exactly what a VR glass is, what is immersive, but they have never experienced that. And by focusing on that in a group, interactive, is exactly what we want to go through and achieve with the trainees in the training on two sides. On the trainee side is much more interactivity, which leads to better knowledge retainment. And on the other side, it gives the trainers very individual support to see through our analytics in which part of the process and the single process steps there are maybe some difficulties. So he can approach the trainee, and through the 42 languages, he is able really to discuss it and to make sure that the end-to-end process understanding is granted. I think that's necessary to bring the trainee to a success. The second is what we detected now over the last 5-6 years, that the solution was founded and developed to grant the success on the construction side. But through our analytics, we saw, especially after COVID, last 2 years, that commercial people are also using it. Apparently they like the step-by-step format, which is not really a explanation video, but it shows exactly how to handle the unit. And on the other side, our clients like to have objects and products in 3D, and because the clients want to understand how the product is working, and they want to have an immersive look into the product. So this is something which apparently drives marketing. And when we come to customer service, then everyone knows exactly once you need a help or assistance, you have to go to through difficult menus and waiting times. Here, you call the customer service, they send out the workflow, and what happens is the client is getting the workflow. He has the success that he can solve the problem. And at the same time, customer satisfaction is going up. That's exactly what we see. And related to costs, we tested that with one of our bigger clients, Stiebel Eltron, on 400 cases. It shows exactly that when you bring it down to costs, one ticket was around 60 euros, meaning sending out someone to the client, trying to solve the problem, maybe talking 3-4 times to the customer in order to keep him calm. This brought cost down by 60 per ticket, 60 euros down to 2 euros per ticket. And I think this is really amazing and shows what is possible and which power has an immersive digital support in the cross-industry areas. It's not only selling a software solution, it's creating a value. That's the first obligation and commitment also for Craftguide, to support and create added value. I would also pinpoint that we shouldn't speak about use cases. We should speak about business cases. Because when we come into a company, we speak to the stakeholders. First point for us is to understand where is the pain point. And our solution, our mission is really with our solution, to delete and these pain point and come to a better solution. And this solution has simply the advantage, you can use it, it's quite handy, and you can anytime create new process. I think that's one of the main problems, that process optimization will be done on existing processes, and you try to optimize by mapping and so on. We have, I think, in future more to look on a end-to-end situation in order to get the best productivity out of it.
What other use cases do you see using your solution right now?
Yeah. You know, we can take an airport or airline example. What is the biggest threat, and what is the challenging the airports? You saw they were quite slow in recovering after COVID, because the people were leaving, the knowledge were lost, and finally they didn't find people who were able really to replace them. That's pretty clear, because the people who worked before were 30 years on the airport, and they knew exactly what is to do in order to bring an aircraft on time out from the position. Secondly is we have very complex processes in the airport logistics side on ground. So they have to handle special equipment, and they handle very precious aircraft, which is meanwhile with a fuselage out of carbon. Yeah. So that means once you bump these aircraft, this aircraft is not able anymore to fly because it's damaged. For some days, combined with a lot of damage and costs. So I have the task here is to raise awareness, of course, but also to teach them and to guide them how to handle with care. Yeah. This is a little bit contradictory, but it's exactly this. It's about this: handle with care, to be safe, not to endanger the others. That's the big simple principle of safety on the aircraft. Second example is Lufthansa or the airlines. An aircraft flies over the day. Not only wide body, but short haul flight, 5 to 6 cycles, turnarounds a day. At the end of the day, it needs maintenance. So what happened in the maintenance hall? It's the same situation. Engineers left the company. There's nobody there, maybe a little bit in black and white, compared to the past, who can complete all the necessary tasks and checks which have to be done to make the aircraft fit for the next day's operation. Here come people in place who can support it. The problem is they have no education, especially for the maintenance, but it's not necessary. These are embedded team which could be supported by Craftguide guidance, technical guidance, in order to make supportive tasks to help the teams, the technical teams, really to focus on the maintenance event. And that means I can, here with digital support, really increase the productivity in the maintenance hall itself. And this is really counts in money, time, and performance.
Yes. So again, an example how the Craftguide solution, digital twin or trainings, tutorials that are stored in the library can help the company increase their profits, reduce cost, and influence the ROI in the end.
And look into the Middle East area. We have here a total different situation. That means 50-55% of the people are not able to read or write. Total different scenario. So with our solution, you can really empower them and enable them to execute processes which are really covering their deficiencies, because they simply, in a way, in brackets, they simply guide following the prescribed process. And this is really something which is an added value for the whole community there. Yeah? And this very often, this is very common also to a European situation, that you can people who are not doing some process every day, they are forced maybe to handle a panel somewhere, or they have to doing something on a fence, or in security they have to solve a digital alarm system. Also here he gets right away the digital support and is in the next minute able to solve the problem.
It answers questions of many departments in the company, starting from the HR when they want to train people in a proper way, then moving to the processes, but also can be used by marketing because they have ready materials to use in their commercials, but also for the commercial use where they can send a ready-to-use digital instruction to the client, and they don't have to guide him per telephone. The client can solve the solution sometimes themselves and learn quicker thanks to these solutions.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Yeah, it's not only the single person or the single human being. We have to look on the organization as such, with all the stakeholders. And our experience is once we bring them in this immersive experience, they focus very much on the capabilities they have, and this is creating new ideas. So after this experience, immersive experience, very often we sit then together with the teams or the stakeholders and say, okay, what happened now with you? And finally people start about speaking about new ideas and say, I was not so sure, I was a little bit suspicious about it, but it's the experience today. I have a lot of ideas how I could really create value in my own area. And I think that's is nothing new idea. This is something we try to achieve since the last 50 years. Here we give the optimal tool for this, and it makes simply fun.
And it gives people the possibility to really experience the solution that they will implement.
Yeah, a very important point, of course. You can do everything. You cannot hurt yourself. You cannot damage something. Yeah, and you can really try it. And it's not only the object; it's also the environment. You are in a 360 environment. Yeah, very important on airports. Airports are very loud. There is engines, there are dangerous traffic. So you can also check for a person you want to check out in the recruiting process. How is this guy or this lady behaving under these really real-time immersive situations and environment? And I think this is really for the next generation a very important point, because these people come with a certain expectation in the companies. Yeah? They are educated, immersive, they do it at home.
So we were talking about the situation as is now and how companies benefit from using digital twin step-by-step digital tutorials which simplify their life that can be used for other departments as well. What is the future vision of such solution?
I think AI has a future, but I think we saw a hype in AI, and we have to come back really to a step-by-step development of this. It's really identifying core processes, really identifying potential, and not put automatization on first level. Second is the customers will definitely expect the handling of our solution with a chatbot or an avatar explaining them what they want, and they expect proposals in a different way. And I think the technology is so far that these now manually created workflows, step-by-step tutorials, can be done automatically. What I wanted to say is we try to keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's very important in times where artificial intelligence is trying to, in my view, to over-engineer.
For any company that would like to have such wonderful solutions, step-by-step tutorial in a digital form, on VR, on PC or on mobile, how can they start the implementation? What is important?
I think it starts with a common understanding that, I think I mentioned it earlier, that we are not only selling a solution. We are aside our customers to helping them really for the implementation. What we have honestly spoken to realize is that very often the willingness to implement our solution is there, but the resources are in a way missing.
Mm-hmm.
And we try exactly here to take the pain points away and also offering our customers the support on the first steps, because the success is really key, and that needs a readiness of the company
Mm-hmm.
to go this change. It's a change management process, and that needs support in beginning, but also afterwards when the implementation is done. We saw so many cases also from other solutions where a customer shows us 50 VR glasses behind the door and said, this is the result of our last VR experience. And our mission is really to change. And that means really the understanding that there is, of course, technical support, digital support of step-by-step support, but also bringing soft skills in a certain moment together, because you need acceptance and you need, finally, the willingness and readiness of the involved stakeholder and staff to support the processes.
Yeah.
Because only the team at the end will bring the success. And that's our mission.
Yeah.
We are not the change managers in this process, yeah? But we can help to find the readiness, and we can give hints what is needed around our solutions to make it to a real success. And this avoids disappointment at the end, and the disappointment about the so-called wasted money. Yeah? And this is internally for Craftguide also our commitment to really make sure that the price for our solution and the commercial part of our solution will be completely refinanced in short time. This is what we discussed in the ROI understanding of our mission.
Mm-hmm. So, shortly saying, in the end, it is also very important that we prepare the team, we prepare the management for the new time, because not only the fancy, very good solution of process-driven tutorial is needed for the company, but also the readiness of the management, their teams,
exactly,
and their employees to understand that they have to take responsibility based on these tutorials.
And this is simply a management task. If you want to realize something, you have to bring the team together and find the best way to make it happen. And very often I'm missing this step. But this can be supported. But this needs hard skills and soft skills.
Thank you very much, Christian, for the discussion.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.